Assault, intentionally placing a person in reasonable apprehension of an imminent, harmful, or offensive contact. What's our defense? That's right, it's consent. Let's go through the elements. The intent element. Remember, in tort, we have three kinds of intent. Purpose, to bring the tort about. Knowledge with substantial certainty, or the defendant is, that's right, a substantial factor. So that's intentionally. Prong two, reasonable apprehension. This is not fear. In criminal law, it has to be an intentional scare. But in tort, it is just anticipation or perception. Reasonable apprehension, anticipation or perception. This means that the person must be aware. They cannot be unconscious or asleep. They must be aware. You have to be aware to have reasonable apprehension. Imminent, meaning a very short time, seconds, almost immediately. Immediately. Harmful, remember that's a low threshold. Offensive, offends a reasonable person's sense of personal dignity. And words are not enough. So threats of harm in the future, like I'm going to hit you 2 weeks from now, that is not sufficient for assault. Okay, intentionally, meaning purpose intent, knowledge with substantial certainty, or substantial factor. Reasonable apprehension, anticipation, perception, must be aware of an imminent, immediate, harmful, low threshold, or offensive, offends a reasonable person's sense of personal dignity, contact. What's never enough? Words or threats of future harm. And the plaintiff must be aware so that they can have reasonable apprehension. Okay, intentionally placing a person in reasonable apprehension of an imminent, harmful, or offensive contact. What's our defense? Consent.